Yo, what is up, guys? It's the Nightwing at Way of Life Esports coming at you guys with another League of Legends video here today. This is going to be the LCS 2021 Summer Split Week 8 recap, and joining me here today for the recap of the LCS 2021 Summer Split Week 8 is Warren. What's up, man? How are you doing?
I'm doing great.
Yeah, that's a lie. That is a lie. He's not doing great. Warren is always doing bad. Just always doing bad. All right, so this week of the LCS was pretty interesting, as most of these weeks already are. Now, we have one more week, and then we are done, and then we are going into playoffs. We will be putting together our LCS All-Pro teams. That's going to be really interesting because, like, at the beginning of this split, I thought to myself, oh my god, I really don't know who the fuck I am putting in my All-Pro team, because this looks like some jank from all these players. And then 100 Thieves started playing really good, and then I'm thinking to myself, okay, I could just put all the players in 100 Thieves at All-Pro, and then I'm like, wait a minute, somebody's not playing that good, so he's not in there. And then you have, like, okay, Closer's probably been, like, the best jungler all split long, somewhat, and then you have Abbedagge, he's probably been, like, the best mid laner, and then it's the bot lane, right? But you're not gonna put Huhi as your All-Pro first support, right?
Right.
So,
No.
like, I don't know. So I would probably pick, like, 3/5 of 100 Thieves and maybe throw, like, Huni or Fudge in, like, All-Pro top laner. And then you also have the support, which would be like, between Sword Art, probably, like, yeah, maybe Sword Art and someone else that I'm not thinking about. Sword Art, Ignar, or, who else is good that we always give credit to?
Uh. Oh, that's a. I mean, it's between Core JJ
I don't know. He's been
and.
no, I don't know, man. That's just off name recognition out there. He's been playing kind of bad most of the split. I don't know.
I mean, it's. I'm not. I'm gonna save that for another time.
Yeah, I don't know, man. Like, the problem here is, like, this is gonna be one of the more harder splits to do, like, all pro for. I know people talk about this before. It's, like, super hard to do it, like, in some splits. This is really hard to do it for this LCS split because, like, who would pick it for a second team? There were some jank ass players in the league, man. Like, I like the Cloud9 players, but, like, in terms of quality gameplay, Blabber sure ain't making this list. So, that's just how I see it personally. But overall, we had some interesting match of the weeks. Cloud9 took down 100 Thieves, and then you also had TSM taking down Cloud9 in the long best rivalry in the LCS history. Not CLG versus TSM. It's Cloud9 versus TSM. It's always the best one. I don't care what no one says. CLG were never really TSM's rival. TSM just more or less will beat the shit out of them all the time. But you are gonna get that potentially moving up to this week coming up. For the upcoming Week 9 matches, you have several match of the weeks. You have TSM versus 100 Thieves to kick off Friday. Then you also have Team Liquid versus Cloud9. You also have an interesting matchup in EG versus 100 Thieves coming up. Abbedagge and Dizuke developing some sort of, like, interesting rivalry. I don't know if that'll actually develop, but we'll see how that goes, right? So, what do you think about, like, how the split's gonna end? Because, like, 100 Thieves and TSM are at first place right now. They're 28 and 14, tied for first. Cloud9, EG are right there, tied for third at, for 26 and 16. And Team Liquid is now solely in fifth place right now at 25 and 17. Dignitas is good old 21-21. They've lost as many games as they won.
I'm going with TSM, probably. I don't know, probably TSM. I think 100 Thieves have been kind of slacking. So I'm gonna say TSM, EG, then 100 Thieves, then Cloud9 as my top. Wait, I'm gonna say TSM, EG, 100 Thieves, Cloud9.
Yeah, that's top 4. Yeah, in that order. And then you have Team Liquid there too, because, like, the interesting thing about Team Liquid is it's really hard to kind of trust what level of gameplay they're gonna put out, because they actually dropped to Dignitas, and they beat Golden Guardians, and they beat FlyQuest. So they had a relatively really easy schedule. Also, what do you think about Acadian's performance? Because I know some people said like, "Oh, Acadian's been performing really well despite his situation." I'm like, I mean, I guess I don't know. Like,
I mean, they're 10 and I don't know what the record is with Acadian, but as I mean, he's been in the league um since 2014, up and down through academy, through
yeah, he got
team.
his Echo Fox shot, and like he's looked okay. I'll say that he's a LCS caliber player, but
Yeah,
in terms of like something super exceptional, I'm just not seeing it personally. Like a lot of the games that they play, if he makes a mistake, it doesn't really matter because the rest of the map is just always consistently losing. So it doesn't really matter what he does in general. It's not like he can do what Dardoch did for the team, and I expect that. And like they were, I wonder how many games they've actually won so far because like their last game they won was against FlyQuest, so they're on a 2-game winning streak right now. And then Dignitas faces CLG uh, and Cloud9, and they face TSM. So yeah, uh, those are looking like some fat L's for the rest of their week.
well,
So
I mean, TSM has been the games that you think that they should lose, they lose, and the games that they're leading, they lose, and then the games that you think they should lose, they
Mhm.
win. So I don't know. I'll For me as a TSM fan, I just want them to get a top, either at least get second. I don't know if they can get first, but if
Just the
they can
buy
close
in
up,
general is
yeah,
fine.
I want them to get that bye so that they can go, because I mean, once we discuss playoffs, there's implications. I'll say that for another stream because I don't
Hmm.
want to. But I just want them to get second. That's it for
Hmm.
me.
Because like I'm pretty sure Cloud9's not getting a buy at this point, but it's fine. Maybe having that first initial best of 5 is good for them to obviously get off the kinks or whatever they might need for a best of 5. Because I know best of 5s are just different. Because a lot of people go like they're not different. I mean, you don't know anything. Oh my god, people that say best of 1s and best of 5s are this, no, they're not. First, a best of 5 is so much more different in terms of adaptability, champion pools, and laning and macro decisions, and also having a best of 5 early on is detrimental towards your team because also if you're showing off a lot of what you can do, then other teams get to see that, how you move around the map, how you interact in the patch, just a ton of different things, right? Like best of 5s are a different beast than a lot of people like to give credit for. So one of the big match of the weeks this past week was 100 Thieves versus Cloud9. Obviously, this was something where I think 100 Thieves were beating Cloud9 like every single game this fucking year. Oh, well, at least in this split, right?
Yeah.
So you have the draft right here, which is what I'll bring up. Right here. The draft was because like everybody was talking about the draft being pretty much good from Cloud9 and 100 Thieves. Like both drafts are fine, honestly, but it's the thing that everybody focuses on drafts so much that they consistently always forget about. It takes the players to pull off these drafts, right?
Right.
I just fail to realize how this always goes over people's heads, but like whatever, right? All
Yeah.
right, Cloud9 take Gwen, Volibear, Lucian, Kalista, Nautilus. 100 Thieves take Viego, Lee Sin, LeBlanc, Aphelios, Leona. They do a dive onto C9's bot lane. They kill Sven. Blabber counteracts. They kill FBI. Then they kill Huhi. Pretty simple shit, right? What did you think about this game?
This game, I thought this game was. I mean, Cloud9. They were up. They were doing fine. Fudge. I mean, lanes were okay. They seemed like they were doing smart, but then it's like right here. What the hell are you doing that far up, man? Like, can't you tell things are like
He sees
like
him too. You know how I can tell he can see him? There's a ward right there. He knows he's there. It's right there.
yeah. The problem is Gwen doesn't have flash. She has ignite. So, and this is still patch 11.14. There's still two more patches before. Like, there's gonna be the 11.15. I think there's 11.15 patch, and then there's a worlds patch,
Hmm.
which because they have a month before so that they get used to that. So there's two patches, and then they're stuck with 11.16. But I think they performed pretty okay. Blabber's on his like an aggressive jungler slash diver. They have my problem is that your Callista, like Lucian does sort of scale ish, but then Callista is more like early mid game, and you try to kind of take over. Gwen does scale, but she's not ranged. My problem is who's their late game insurance.
Counting on Blabber to make the LCS big plays.
I guess so. Like, cause like you got LeBlanc. Well, doesn't. LeBlanc can blow up a squishy, but Aphelios is just going to be a monster if it gets past 30 minutes, right? So that's my concern. But overall, I think they performed pretty okay. I'm okay with the performance. Abadage showing that he's not he's human. So like I think
he's human. Crazy.
Sometimes the LCS like to think that, oh my god, they got Abadage, so they're great. Like, stop it.
They actually sound like that. Holy shit.
Raz made some of the this is just a throw of a lifetime.
Right here, this is where people claimed it was a throw. It pretty much was. They lost a 5v3 in a base.
One, that hook, and then two, you're fighting near towers
with no minions.
Towers hurt. Are you dummies? Like sometimes
they're eating that.
I would have wait for the minion wave, play it smart, use your brain. Like that's
why. See, look at the map state right here. Why didn't they push mid? Why didn't they push fucking top? Something. They just automatically won a team fight. Was like, yeah, just run it down mid, dude. Let's just go, bro.
They have two open inhibitors. I can't see if the I don't know whether it was only the mid inhibitor.
Only mid was open, yeah.
Yeah, so
FBI could like clearly escape, but he's just waiting around for Narnia or some shit. I don't know.
I would have just played it out slow. Make them have to force between their base and Baron and get the Baron, but that's just, again, I think we should. This is why I'm saying, like, best of ones. It's how you perform that day. If you're excellent, you're excellent. Teams are supposed to win certain games. Yeah, I get it, but like we're seeing that like everybody's like, oh, Undertee's like the best team. I can't wait for them to go Worlds. All these but then they lose like this, and they make like. Could you imagine them going up against someone internationally and an enemy team would have just capitalized? An international team will capitalize. EU, LPL, because EU is a little bit better than. Let's just be real. They're a step above, not. But overall, I think Cloud9. I'm gonna be scared of Cloud9 in a best of 5. That's what I will say.
Yeah, because like the issue here is like people assume they're just bad right now, but to be fair, they have been doing a bit better for these past 3 weeks. And to be fair, if you're really showing that, it's showing that they are slowly coming back to form, especially against
they
the
just
TSM.
Beat the number 1 team. You're like, what are you gonna say then?
They also had a really close game against TSM. That's not bad either. Now, it's fair to assume that they're not going to be, like, the best team in playoffs, potentially may in their first best of 5, but is Cloud9 a team you're going to, like, be sleeping on when it comes to the best of 5?
Nope.
Nope. I don't know about that one, because you also have this. TSM would play up against EG. Evil Geniuses also have been looking really, really strong as well. Danny's been looking crispy clean. That's what I'll say.
Like
Jizuke, he's been looking less inty. I'll say that. And he's actually been playing really good. Like, everything I talked about EG at the beginning of the fucking year finally came past. And I'm like, okay, I know I saw how good they could be. It's just like, it just came so late. And I was like, this is fine. But, like, here's my thing. It's not really about the play of EG. It's more about contracts. And you know how they randomly will put in contracts for a game? You know?
Mm-hmm.
And you know how Svenskeren left Cloud9 because of that? I just don't see Svenskeren actually staying, after this
I don't
year.
see it.
He literally left Cloud because of that. Not because he hated Cloud9 or anything like that. The whole splitting time thing, he gets 2 games, Contracts gets 1, right? And I get it, Contracts has been performing well in academy and they want to give him some time. That's from an org perspective, makes perfect sense, but players don't see it that way because, obviously indicated reasons before. They just don't like that. But this game against TSM, Power People just play like dog shit.
Yeah, he was poorly.
Except that play right there.
I saw that play. I was like, okay, POE.
and then what else? And then the rest of the game played out.
Then it's just some asinine monkey stuff. That was just monkey business going on. Like, it's like, okay, Lost. Like, POE, why are you that close to a Diana, a Gnar, and a Nautilus?
Just got gangbanged right there. Holy shit.
Like, it was just so uncharacteristic of him to get caught. And
that was a good kick right there.
Huni played so good this game, and like they kept trying to win the game. It's just, I'm sure POE realized the mistakes he made, but I just didn't. It was just This was just uncharacteristic POE. Just like he had like 5 deaths by the end of the game. Like, again, what are you doing? Like I mean, maybe he didn't see contracts.
Why is he walking that way when he could clearly just walk this other way and be safe? I don't get why people do that. Why are you walking in the way that could potentially kill you? You can't outplay that. You doesn't have flash.
Yeah,
my brain can't handle this shit.
And then here we go again. Like,
okay, this time this is inting. That's just pure inting right there. Why would a Syndra walk ahead of her Mundo to die? Come on.
That was just autopilot right there. So I don't know. I really don't know.
But congrats to EG. They've been doing really well. They've really come alive this later half of the split so far. Then the best team in the league, CLG. No, I'm just kidding. No more. Got here. Here, people. This will show you why CLG should not be in playoffs, even though we allow 8 teams in playoffs. I'll show you this one game right here. This will easily prove it. This game right here shows you explicitly why CLG should not be in playoffs at all. This is like borderline disgusting. Like actual thought Mandingo disgusting levels of bad gameplay from these people.
I think it's like, I think the problem, I think that video or whatever happened, like, the team environment is not healthy at the moment, and it's affecting their gameplay. Like, if you don't have a strong mental fortitude, then you're gonna just make silly low elo mistakes that you shouldn't be making. And on paper, like, you look at this team, like, they should be a middle of the pack team, like fighting for 6th.
I thought they'd be 6th, 7th place, actually.
Yeah, like 6th, 7th place. They're definitely a middle, maybe squeaking 5th if they got a few upsets here. I'm sure nobody thought that they would be this bad. And then when you see posts from Polbel to Brox about mental, like how he cried, and then Brox is like, oh, my mental health has been bad. There's something, I wouldn't say toxic, but they definitely need some time or some psychological evaluation.
They need time apart at this point. They've been together all year. They need some time apart. Like, right. Not Demonte, because I think Demonte should stay on the roster because he literally just started, and there's not much he can do right now. He was already coming in to a losing situation anyway, so I can't really blame him. Right. But other than that, people said, what about keeping Brox and Finn? You think they're gonna stay? Like, come on, use your brain. You think any of these players are gonna stay together after this year? Come on.
I mean, where would Finn go?
To the fucking ERLs.
I hope not. Like, I mean, I could see Finn going to, because they don't have an. Do they have an imports? They have import slots on. I could see he'd be a good fit on Immortals, actually.
He could actually be a better top laner for other teams. I just don't think his skill set is good for this team, though. I think this team is drastically not for him. Like, I think most of the players are getting switched out, too. Oh, shout out to Demonte. In one of the games, he had that clean Aurelia double kill where he roamed down low level 1 and killed 2 people with his top laner that game. I was like, okay, it's pretty cool. They did an interesting lane swap where he didn't want to lane against one carry, so he went to the other one. He was getting bullied out by Shizuke, and then later on he went down and got 2 kills. And that still didn't matter, though. Imagine Aurelia getting 2 kills, and it's still not mattering because your team is just that dog shit. Like, come on, dude.
Right?
I don't know anymore. All right, right here. Right here. This will show you how dog shit CLG is. Okay, so they're taking Baron, right? Okay, all right, Damonte gets it. Cool. All right. You now only know a few of them can live. Why does Broxah fly in and kick people out, kick someone in, when he could just save himself? See, oh my god, look at this. Damonte and Smoothie have already realm warped out. Wild Turtle's just there. Wild Turtle has flash. He gets out, right? Okay, just leave. Just run away, right? But they can't because obviously Gwen's there. But before that happens, we have to carefully look. Okay, so just one more second. Okay, so clearly Broxah was going into Narnia, right? Because whatever he was doing was fucking stupid. Oh, sorry, I'm gonna play it back just a little bit further. So right here, when they realm warp out, why don't they just leave? Why don't they just go away? Wild Turtle could have been flashed over the wall and saved himself.
They could have just backed out. They're on their side. I don't know what they, maybe they thought they could win it. I don't know.
Like, look, that right there tells you that they don't make playoffs. If that, like, that is just borderline disgusting. I don't even know what they were thinking. Like, your carries are safe. You have Baron buff. Broxah flies in, does a kick, doesn't get almost anything for it, and then, well, they lose the game. And the next match of the week was TSM versus Cloud9. This game also was really interesting because obviously TSM and Cloud9 have had really one-sided games this year between TSM's point of view, because TSM is 4-1 against Cloud9 in the regular splits this year. So that's pretty substantial right there. They won the very first time in spring.
I don't mean, remember TSM had the head-to-head against TL, but still got dumpstered by them. So again, I that's why I worry about like 100 Thieves, how they're gonna perform, how EG's gonna perform, how TSM's gonna perform. Like
what level of crackhead play is that? If I have to explain to you guys what level of crackhead play that is, I don't even know what's wrong with some of you people. All right, look at this. Why did he engage onto him with no mana? No summon supposed to pick up? No ultimate?
Just not using his brain.
Dude, I know the feeling. He's getting some of that LA food or some shit. It's making him lazy, making him fat. Okay, so this play's not bad, but he misses literally everything. And then, obviously, you're going to get... you know that play in solo queue where you miss everything and you get killed? It happens. This one was more better, but it's like, you have to respect that Sword Art is not going to stay in lane. Like, literally, TSM's thing is like, I'm gonna lane for like 10 minutes and then start roaming around the map. That's their thing. They literally don't even lane. Like, that's also a problem with their gameplay, too. Like, their laning phase is not necessarily questionable. They just don't lane as long as you most likely should be, which could be an indication that, like, maybe they think their laning is not that strong. Because, look, they're 15 minutes in and already moving around the map doing stuff. Now, some people could call that, like, proactive play, but, like, if you're watching this, like, obviously... and from a VOD point of view, Sword Art's looking for roams like minute 1. Like, holy shit.
He was on a signature pick, so you know, I wasn't surprised that he played so well. Like, he's known for his Leona for these like champs, so like I think maybe it could have been a little disrespect from Cloud9. They allow that pick over. I don't think it's disrespect. Maybe they just didn't feel like
you had to give over something, because like, remember, Cloud9 ended up getting Olaf or Blabber. You also had Fudge, which was on Viego. Like, so they gave them good picks for them too, because like Fudge has shined on Viego, Blabber shined on Olaf. Like, Blabber's only been able to shine on Olaf. So if someone tries to tell us, oh my god, he's been good on other picks, you haven't been watching. I know for sure you haven't been watching the games. You can go back to whatever fucking hole you live in. Holy shit. Sven's been playing okay. Like, the bot lane of Cloud9 has looked somewhat okay. Like, their laning phase is fine. They're not like getting grieved, destroyed. It's mostly the dives that put them behind. But that's gonna happen no matter what when you're diving in. I don't know why they're giving up. They gave up an inhibitor for this, man. They gave up a top inhib for a mid-tier, for what? the tier 1 mid tower. Like, ugh. So this game was interestingly close because like later on, Cloud9 pretty much won every single team fight. They won
Yeah,
literally every team fight at
they
this point
won
in
a
the
lot of
game.
team fight. Yeah, their team fighting was showing, and they
While TSM were ahead, like their carries are ahead. You know, Oriana's ahead, Jace is ahead. Spica's doing pretty. No, he got no. Was Spica actually ahead at this point? No. He was losing to Blabber and well in this game, and Sora was doing better than Vulcan. Like how
Huni
were
was legend right here.
like dude? Yeah, right here. I see. The casters were hyping up this woman in the game. I don't know why Vulcan needed to do this though. He kind of just gave his life over.
I think he tried to. I think he tried to like stun him and think that maybe they were. They should have got off the Baron and turned on Huni, but I mean, they still got it. But Huni taking 2 Barons off of people was good, and their objective control, like TSM got 4 dragons. Like sometimes they get all the dragons, sometimes they let all the dragons go, and sometimes they did a pretty good job of objective control. They always kept trying to engage. They kept staying proactive. They're gonna need to do these things if they want to contest, if they have any international performance to be even decent. So
and then you also get to this part of the game that everyone was talking about. So they're at the what's right? No, yeah, they're right here. So they're at the Elder Dragon, right?
right.
Right, and that's right there where they fucked up because they're at the Elder Dragon. Fuzz TP's into the base. Okay, fair enough, right? Poked him off the dragon. Who's going back right now? Power Vivo's going back right now. Okay, so I'm pretty sure VA can handle Oriana, right? Pretty cool. And then they force another TP out. Okay, cool. How about and Fuzz got a turret? Why not just actually maybe leave at that point? You're cool. Why did Perks TP?
I think they thought. Well, one, I don't think they knew the inhibitor would respawn. 2, I think they thought they could have probably like ended the game and like do something. That's what I think. What was going through their heads, but you know, it's just sometimes you're in the moment and you think this is the best. I guess it was like a split decision call, and you know that's. I rather they go for it. Hindsight's 2020. We could be, you know, potatoes and a peanut gallery. Be like, oh, they made the. But like, you gotta remember, folks, and anyone's watching, whoever watches, they're in the moment. That's what they thought was the best play. Me personally, I would have kept. I think they win the. I think they win the because Ven was coming right, so they win the 4v. The 4v. I think it would have been a
4v4.
4v4. I think because they have more damage
because PoE.
Yeah, because PoE is back and Zoe's poke is far if it lands, and the bubble would mess up like their entire day. So I mean, I'm sure they're gonna review that game and realize, you know, next time we need to play this out. Like sometimes you need to lose a game like this to see to fix mistakes, you know. So
that's it's one of these things where like I know a lot of people go like, why did they make these decisions? It's like, people, come on, they're making decisions in a moment where like the pressure is really what's that word? Really big, and you're thinking to yourself, okay, like if I do this right now, I probably can win. You're doing so many things in the moment. You're not thinking about, oh, this XX reason or this other X thing, right? You don't think about that stuff. You're thinking like, okay, if I do this right now, this is probably the best decision for the team. And like, it's easier for us to be like, okay, they should have did this, and this, but that's obviously, you know, backseat backseat league watching. You know, that's all it is.
Right.
So
yeah. So I'm not gonna go on them for that. You know, stuff happens.
Yeah, but overall, Cloud9 have been improving. FlyQuest, they've been looking a lot more suspect. They've lost the last, they've had 5 losses so far, haven't they?
Yep.
They've lost their last 5 games between week 7. So week 7, they lost against EG. They lost against 100 Thieves. They lost against Cloud9. They lost against Team Liquid, and they just recently lost against Dig. They're on a 5-game losing streak once again. Woo! They've lost as many games as their other losing streak before they switched out their roster, which was 10 losses. You know?
Yeah.
Oof. Uh, so beginner's luck is over for FlyQuest.
Yeah,
Actually,
yeah. I mean, it was a good experiment, but like
it's
the
gonna get them in the playoffs. So, oof.
well, I mean, the race for playoffs is, I mean, it's gonna come down to tiebreakers. So like the funny part is, let's say CLG. I mean, if CLG can close out the week, they could force like a tiebreaker. And but that's gonna require other teams to win and etc. So we might, Golden Gardens might be able to sneak in that 8 spot, or CLG might make a miracle run. Like that's the whole extension of these new playoffs. Though personally, I don't like this new setup because it's promoting like,
Mhm.
we played shit this year, and I'm granted that I'm sure the players aren't playing to lose, right? Just for an A spot, you don't want that because you want to go to Worlds. Like most of these professional players, their aspirations to go to Worlds is to finally go up against international or even MSI
Mhm.
for as well. So I don't think any team wants to be eighth or ninth, but to me, like the cutoff should have been six, just like EU. Like you're rewarding these teams for like Immortals and Dig should be fighting it out, not three, not eight, nine, 10 fighting for like that. Just doesn't sit well with me, but that's just my opinion.
Yep, that is pretty much it. The final week of the LCS 2021 Summer Split kicks off on Friday. We are going to be doing the LEC recap later on today after I get out of the movie theater because I'm coming home and I got to do a one-on-one podcast with someone, and then later on we can do the LEC recap because the LEC is gonna have a super week this week. So yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, we're concluding the LEC and the LCS regular splits right now for summer 2021. It's been a pretty interesting ride, I'll say that. I just want to get to playoffs because it's going to be a lot more easier work doing playoffs than it is doing regular season games, man. Woo! Can't
oh
wait
yeah,
for it. Oh
yeah.
my
Can't wait for
god.
the upsets. Can't wait for the last day of like the bottom teams in both regions trying to get that last final spot.
Do you know the last game of the split is FlyQuest versus CLG? That's how you end off the split. It's FlyQuest
Yeah,
versus.
I think that's bad on uh LCS to
Because you
have.
have EG and 100 Thieves before that, and Cloud9 versus Team Liquid. Just put a Team Liquid versus Cloud9 at the end of the day. How
Like
hard is that?
I would have ended the game. I would have ended the split with like TSM against like EG, or like, because that's still a good game, or TLEG, or like 100 Thieves TSM, or like Cloud9
Mhm.
TL, like something like good, like a good game with a possibility, but we don't have control of that. So
Yeah, but it just, I don't know. We'll see how it plays out. CLG, they're 11-31 right now. They're one game behind Golden Guardians, and they're 2 games behind FlyQuest. So theoretically, if they went 3-0, they could probably end up making playoffs, but they have to face FlyQuest, TSM, and Dignitas. So potentially they can go 2-1, you know? I don't know. It doesn't really matter to me, guys, because most of these teams that end up barely making playoffs only get one round in playoffs anyway. They get knocked out. It's not gonna really matter anyway. Like I don't see most of these teams doing anything in playoffs anyway. Maybe there might be an upset. Maybe.
I think EG is the dark horse.
Yeah. EG is like still the dark horse to me. Even though they are winning right now, they're 12-22 and they're 12-2 in their last games. That's their record so far. That's really good. Like they're actually playing insane. Like Impact also been playing really well this split too. So I'm really glad a lot of the games have been panning out for everybody. And like people keep talking about the viewership and shit. Just watch the games. Stop worrying about all these other fucking intangibles. Just watch the fucking games. Watch them on co-streams. Watch them on YouTube. Watch them on Twitch. Just shut the fuck about viewership. Just go and watch the games. Who cares when you watch them? Watch a raging white guy just bitch about everything. I don't fucking care what you do. I don't really give a fuck. Watch the games. As long as you watch the games and you can give an accurate analysis of what's going on, I'm cool with that. Oh my god, the viewership is so low. Oh my god. Like, dude,
Ah,
what does it matter? Just watch the fucking game. If you don't want to
yeah,
watch
I don't know.
Golden Guardians versus FlyQuest, fine. click off the browser, go fuck a dog or some shit, and then go back and watch the better games. I don't know what you want to do. Do whatever you feel like it's necessary.
Yeah. Oh well, but I'm sure we're gonna have our like final thoughts on another stream about like everything that's happened this season
Oh God,
in the whole totality. That's gonna be a long stream for you guys. I can't wait to see how what we give on our pro teams.
1
and
minute analysis
everything.
on teams. CLG suck. FlyQuest is mega suck, and Golden Guardians is extra suck.
Golden Goosers, yeah.
All right, guys. I'll see you guys later. Like, comment, subscribe. Most of all, enjoy. I'm the Nightwing Way of Life Esports. Is signing out, guys. Peace. Have a good day. See you guys later. Deuces. Peace.
Yep,
Goodbye.
take care, guys.